My name is Gretchen Rubin, and this is the Happiness Project. And the resolution for this week is use convenience to your advantage. It turns out that when we're trying to make ourselves do something or resist doing something, how convenient that action is matters a huge amount, both pro and con, and you can use convenience to your advantage. So for example, if you're trying to get yourself to exercise, you might make it more convenient. So for example, I often put on my gym clothes right away, so it's very convenient to go to the gym, and so I'm more likely to do it. Also, because if I want to stay off the internet and stay off of the distractions of my email, I go to the local library where I work because it's much harder to get onto the internet there, and because it's not as convenient, it's not as tempting to switch off. So by making something easier, you make yourself much more likely to do it. And this matters a lot for things like eating. It turns out that when they've done studies, say in a cafeteria, if there's a lid on a cooler, people are much less likely to take the ice cream than they are if there's no lid. Just that little tiny action of having to open a lid makes a big difference on how likely people are to take ice cream. So just this morning, as I was thinking of this resolution, I had an idea for how I was going to apply it in my own life. One of my temptations is these chocolate-covered rice cakes. I eat way too many of these chocolate-covered rice cakes. And I was thinking about it, and I realized, well, when I want a chocolate-covered rice cake, it's right at the level of my hand. It's in a bag. I just open it and take one out. I don't have to wash it. I don't have to peel it. I don't have to chop it. I don't have to heat it. I don't have to cook it. It's just right there, so I can reach in and take it. And probably I would be less inclined to eat them all day long if it was slightly more inconvenient to use them. And so I thought, I have a cookie jar that's hard to open that I got from my grandmother, and I'm just going to put the rice cakes in the cookie jar and put the cookie jar on a high shelf. So they're still there if I want them, but I'm just going to have to work a little bit harder to get to these rice cakes, and probably as a result, I will eat fewer of them. So, the resolution for this week is to use convenience to your advantage. And the thought for this week comes from Joseph Addison, who said, "The important question is not what will yield to man a few scattered pleasures, but what will render his life happy on the whole amount."